is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
On the set. Here we go, here we go. Tight end to the right, boy, tight end to the right. Move. 3 down, 3 down. Hey, check, check. 3 down, 3 down. Spin.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. This will be caught by Brown. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Minshew sets to throw. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. 2 plays, 2 catches. You have a feeling they're going to look for him early and often, and that's to be expected. You got a player of his caliber, why not?
And I think it's also a message from them to the defense that you're not going to dictate to us what we're going to do with one of our better players, because so often you hear about defenses saying we're going to take away what you do best. In this case, they're going to move him around, find proper matchups, and make sure they continue to funnel the ball to him.
A first down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Set, ready? 10 Lobo. Watch time, watch time. Tight end right, tight end right. You got 3 down, 3 down.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Ready up. 55, Mike, 55. Hey, eat. 3 buns. Let's go.
On 3rd and short, going with a tight end. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here we go. 18 Gator. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Watch out. 5.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down.
29 is the Mike 29. We own it.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Mike 55. Hey, let's get this. Kill. Check the hot read. Check the backer. Watch the twist.
They're going to run this with a tight end. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth.
First and 10, 26-yard line.
It's our time.
Ready.
Now Minshew on first and 10. It's a screen to Richard. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way,
and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. From 19 yards away. And the Redskins take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive.
Partner, I think we can all agree that that was a pretty darn good opening drive right there. And the key to it all, going for it on fourth down earlier in the drive. Set a tone for it. And the best part, it made it pay off.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Tannehill and the Titans come up now first and 10 at their own 21. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Check 6 guys. Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush. Go. I got it. That's me.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. He's got Smith here. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
To throw again on second down. Tannehill, and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
First down, Titans.
In Washington territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Go.
They'll try the right side with Henry. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
Not much happening there on first down.
Thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
2nd and 7 at the Redskins' 36-yard line.
Set. Hey, T-Gator. Right there, 56. Watch the screen. Pass. Pick the edge. Come. Hey, Team 6.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Redskins 7, Titans nothing.
Got it. 33. Check black 33. On that, baby. Hey, dude. Hey. Go.
From the 36, Tannehill. It's complete to Brown, right side. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Set, ready, 50, plant. 56. Marcus, defense, Marcus. Showing up. 25, check 25. Yeah.
They'll run on first down. Henry, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
It'll be a pickup of just 2, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Greystone, travel. Hey, exit.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. This is caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
Switch it. Go. Check three. Shoot.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. A 3-yard touchdown run as they are now on the board here in the first half. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Greg Joseph on for the extra point. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. So that one will be accepted. A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Hey, orbit. Ready?
Minshew, 1st and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Harold Landry, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. On 2nd down, Minshew. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard.
Well, you were backed up into a 2nd and long, but instead of trying to get the yardage back in chunks, he's trying to get it all back at once. And this defense was just lying in wait. and they're there to pick this one off.
18 Gator. Check 56. You got to get the ball. Yep.
On first down, it's Henry. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Tannehill. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
First down, Tennessee.
Tannehill on the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. To throw is Tannehill. And a big loss here as he's taken down. It's Ryan Kerrigan getting the sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now it's Tannehill. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. Still on his feet. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Redskins touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Point after, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And the kick goes outside the white lines. That's why the flag comes out.
Yes, and that was an error by the kicker, and it will give the offense great starting field position.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Henry running right. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, Tannehill. This one caught by Davis. Finding some room at midfield. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 41-yard line.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Tannehill. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Brown. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee.
Set, 30 base. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. 2.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That's a 1st down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? They'll run on first down. Henry. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Ryan Kerrigan in on the tackle. On second down, here's Henry. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. So now Tannehill leading his crew to the line to go for 2.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Now, get it. Here's Tannehill. And it's caught. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
On the ready.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down. These offensive starters still out there in the second quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the third quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the third quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the fourth quarter.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. He'll find his running back here, Richard. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun is Minshew. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays. You kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
From the contact. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. It'll be Minshew again. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
The first down pass. Incomplete. Intended for Kendrick Bourne. Covered by Jason McCourty.
Four receivers to keep tabs on here. 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half.
All day, baby, all day.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Evans. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Tannehill. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Hey, Alpha! Charge!
56. Mike, 56. Right there, right there.
Get it!
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Ready up.
33, check Mike, 33. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Whip. Watch the whip.
Hey, echo.
Kill.
Yes. Hey, Jack.
On 1st down, it's Evans. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Tight dog.
Yep.
Check. Mike 56.
Look at me. Zipper. Drop. Rocket. Watch. Lead dribble.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
Hey, Charlie.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. 20! And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. 42 yards. And the Titans have taken the lead. That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense, too.
That's a great point, because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
Joseph now to have the PAT. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead.
21, Redskins 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? Let's go.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Harold Landry leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now a handoff. Geis going right. 9 yards on the gain there, and it's going to bring up a tough 3rd and 7. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting units still out there for this third quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the second half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the third quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they wanted to get done.
Looking to throw it. Minshew completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
Washington Redskins first down.
Here we go.
47-yard line.
Watch a slap. Watch a slap.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. This will be caught by Brown. Showed the nice footwork and then hit and drop shy of the 45. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And now he's really knocking on the door for 700. That is career catch 699. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Running the sweep with McLaurin. And some room to run now. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss. But with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Set up. 10 logo.
Check 55 to Mike. And watch that. And watch it.
Ready?
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Minshew. Flushed out right. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Get it.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
So that last play gives them a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Hey, team 6.
Back to throw, Tannehill. That's caught, it's Malone. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Joker.
Hey, Sam on.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Ready. 8-3. Now.
Now on 2nd and 13. Tannehill. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this 2nd half. Instead, it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, 2. 5.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. And that will be incomplete. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Fights loose. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
60 Pittsburgh.
Silver.
2.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Catch is made. It's Harmon. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. He can run for it, and he will. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the 1st. 3rd and medium. They opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On the double.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Got an open man, it's Harmon. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Check.
Back to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Another costly turnover, their second of this second half. And earlier when I asked you your keys to the second half, you said, hey, it may be trite, but I think it's turnovers. That's coming to fruition.
It certainly is, and let's face it, they named the game after it, right? So isn't it the most important thing?
But
it's football. Exactly. They named the game for it. Take care of it.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover.
Oh, no, he lost the football, and the Redskins scoop it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, you got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Check 91.
Hey, orbit. Now.
Back to throw here. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Harmon. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. The throw taken in by Sims. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Richard. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Richard. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. It's almost a tendency breaker.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. He fights his way into the end zone for a Redskin touchdown. It's their quarterback scoring on the keeper from 6 yards out as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. On 3rd and 2, McDonald. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. McDonald, and the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. 10 yards on the pickup there, it'll be second down.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
At the 46-yard line.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Hey, wahoo!
Second down and inches. Being chased out left. And a loose football. And the Redskins scoop it. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
At the 26-yard line.
This quarterback now 5 of 6. Very accurate since taking over. And he's got his guys a first down. This is Richard. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
60 Pittsburgh.
Wild Bill.
They'll keep it on the ground. Richard. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
Set 90 Wolf.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go.
They hand off to their big tight end. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time,
they practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Down. 50. Plant. Hey, Haywood.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Extra point up and through. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And, Charles, this is one of those inexcusable special teams penalties, an out-of-bounds kickoff.
Pressure, pressure, pressure. Sometimes errors occur because of situations.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Jonathan Hankins.
We coming all day.
Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden.